Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John and this video is all about the unboxings. So I just got this package from my good friend Stephen Keer. And Stephen got in touch with me and said that he would like to send me some slipcovers. So here they are, they've arrived. So I want to thank Stephen once again for taking the time to do this to me and obviously putting these things on there to make sure they could arrive in a great condition. So I'll just get into this. Nurse Scalpel, thank you. It's great that Stephen has thought of me. When he talked about these, he gave us a list of slipcovers. He said, "Is any of these that you would like?" And actually, there was some of them that I thought, "Oh, that would be brilliant for me when I'm going to CEX to get some of these titles. I know I can get them without the problematic slipcovers missing in CEX, which happens all the time." So the slipcovers that Stephen has sent is Birds of Prey and The Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. What a title. And this is a movie that we watched, The Suicide Squad. Michael?
Where's me ladders?
So we watched The Suicide Squad and thoroughly enjoyed it. We did think that Harley Quinn was quite good in that movie. So I did want to go and see this. I said to the Debs, I says, "Well, go and get this one." And of course, it wasn't available on Sky Movies, but I know when I see the 4K, I'm going to definitely pick it up. And we did like Margot Robbie's performance. So I'll be interested to see like a full movie of hers. Yep, so that's Birds of Prey and The Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Wow, I wonder what, if they do another one, I wonder what that will be. And also Stephen sent Encanto. Now, these movies, I think they're absolutely brilliant, if I'm honest. And I think they look stunning on 4K. The only problem is, of course, when you go to see, you actually cannot get them with slipcovers on, which is a bit of a travesty, to say the least. So I want to thank Stephen once again for thinking of me and getting in touch and saying, would you like any of these slipcovers? And these are absolutely brilliant and they would look great on the shelves. This one I would imagine would look, it's a movie I haven't seen because we've watched quite a lot of the Disney movies. In fact, we could probably watch it on Disney Plus. But I would like to get this on 4K because I think that these ones are well worth picking up. These sort of new computer generated movies, I think they're really excellent and we get a blast out and we do watch them quite a bit. So thanks once again, Stephen, for sending me these slipcovers. Really do appreciate that, mate. Cheers again. So I've just had this delivered through the post today, so I'm going to get into it and see what it is. Very well packaged, quite a spongy package. So let's see what's in there. So let's see what's in this. Nurse Scalpel, thank you. Nearly didn't do that. Getting back to Xavi. I think if you were going to, if I was Xavi and I'd said to them, "Do you know anything about packaging things for other collectors?" and they went, "No," I'd say, "There's a door, get out." If they said, "Yes, I do it regularly for people on YouTube," I would say, "Sign on the dotted line, there's your driving license and there's your lorry." Inside this package is another package. I'm trying to cut this without actually seeing what's inside it. If anyone had to say, what's your top unboxing of something, I think this might be it. Rollerball was up there. That was my previous top one. Oh, nearly. I thought I got myself there. That'd be a first, wouldn't it? Cutting through a cable on a video. I think I've seen what it is. Just kind of out the corner of my eye, I think. And if it is what I think it is, wow. Okay, this must have been the entire roll of bubble wrap put onto this movie, this one movie, believe it or not. Okay, so what I've got in this huge package, which I think I've got this edition up the right way, is, wow. You know what? When I saw this and I thought, is it? And it is. It is the Shout Factory or Scream Factory edition of the Return of the. Oh, actually, I didn't realize it. Return of the Living Dead 4K. This is unbelievable. And I mean, look at this. Look at what you get on this. This is just, well, it's unbelievable actually. You get the slipcover, get the 4K there. And you get this, which is great actually, because I think there's every chance that when you have these things, they do fly out the discs, especially on the Scream Factory for some reason. But this here is, well, it's literally everything you could want. You've got the 4K, the feature film on Blu-ray. You've got the feature film on 4K, and you've got the extras disc on Blu-ray special features. Because this is, for me, this is the best art. And I think the one I've got originally from, is it Second Sight? The picture on it is like this, but it's not exactly as good as this. It's not like as original as this. I think it's got a different colour palette to it. So there wasn't a letter inside, but I can tell you this comes from my good friend Christopher Wynne. And Chris got in touch with me and said he would like to send me something that was Scream Factory. And he said it was new, but it wasn't sealed. But I mean, look at this. This is just a dream come true, actually, because this is literally one of my favourite zombie films of all time. But Chris very generously sent this to me. I can't believe I've got a hold of it, actually. And also the bubble wrap as well. Wow, I'm gonna spend many a night popping them. So what I'll do is at the end of this video, this unboxing is coming up. I will talk about what I think about the picture quality on that. But wow, that's all I can say. So really, just can't thank you enough, Chris. You've played a blinder here. This is a movie that I never thought I would have, actually, and you've really got me. This is, like I say, I can't wait to watch this again because I have put it on the back burner for far too long. So thanks again, Chris. Really appreciate that, mate. Cheers. So the other day I got an email from Film Treasures saying they were having a sale. So what I did was I immediately went on and had a look around. I picked up a few titles. One of them's come here, and I'm sure the other one will come tomorrow. So when I'm doing this unboxing video, you have the whole lot in one go. So also on the same day, I got a message from Bumpers Movies, Craig. I'll leave a link down to his channel down below. And he said to us, there's a great movie here. Have you seen it? And I went, no, but I like the sound of that. So what I did was, after ordering the other thing, which hasn't come yet, I ordered this one. So I'll unbox it for you, and I'll show you what it is. It's a Vinegar Syndrome title, and it was in the sale. So it was great to know that this. I had heard of this movie before. I didn't really know too much about it, but I know I like the slipcover. I honestly thought the slipcover was long gone, so it wasn't even one I was even searching for. But because of the heads up from Craig, I said, yes, I'm having that one. So the movie, I thought it was a different movie there. It's just there's a receipt for it there. Because I was looking at the back of it, I thought, hang on a minute, that's not the one I ordered. It is though. The movie that I got on Craig's recommendation and also in the sale from Film Treasures is the Vinegar Syndrome release of Blades. Now, the short story of this movie, the slip. I'm going to gush over the slip for a little bit here. The slip is amazing, and basically what it is it's kind of embossing. It's kind of Jaws, but what they've done is they've taken the shark out and substituted it with the lawnmower. Yeah, and that's the type of thing that I really enjoy with Vinegar Syndrome. You find these movies that really I've never ever heard of before, but they're so interesting. The premise of them, you think, yes, I'll have that. Just look at that slipcover. Look at the blood flying through the air. It's spot glossed as well. I don't know. I just cannot get enough of these slipcovers. But yeah, can't wait to see that. I want to say thanks to Craig once again for giving me the heads up on that this title was around. So before I unbox my last package here, I'll talk about Return of the Living Dead on the 4K. I've compared it to the Second Sight one, which, as you can see, the cover here, what I'm talking about, this is like the original cover, what I remember the original cover. And this is the one that's a bit blown up. It's got a similar colour palette, but I prefer this one because it's more original. And the extras on here, I was thinking the extras on here are absolutely amazing, with this huge documentary on here. But this is ported over onto here. So if you have got this version and you like the documentary, you will find it on here as well. I haven't checked out, it says Region A locked for the Blu-ray. I haven't checked it out yet for that, but I did check out the 4K. And I've got to say, compared to the previous Blu-ray that I had, which isn't that bad actually, it's not a bad release, this looks sensational. Before, in the previous formats I've had of this movie, it's always looked a little bit dark, a little bit, you know, not that good. But this really brings this movie to life. It just looks sensational. It's just spotless print. There's a lot of detail in the movie, and when it gets to like the dark scenes, when you see Trash when she's dancing on the tombstone, it just looks unbelievable. Now, it's amazing to think that a movie like this could look that good, but it just shows you what they can do with restorations these days, and they can bring the movie to its peak. So as soon as I get some days off, I'll be watching this one. So thanks again, Chris. Also, on a side note, I actually did cut my finger. Don't know if you can see it there. I mean, obviously there was a severe loss of blood there, and I didn't realise that it was cut until the next day, and I went and looked. I went, hey, what's that? And I could see it on my finger, and I mean, there's a couple of stitches involved. I don't want to go into it. I'm not a drama queen, but what I want to say is that just, you know, be careful out there, because these things can happen. Next up is Blades. This movie, I did watch, well, I tried to watch it until I fell asleep, and that's just because I've been up all day. This movie is incredibly bad, but brilliant. Honestly, I can't tell you how good this movie is. It's basically every bit of Jaws you've got in here. It's got the music. It's one of those movies where you think, how can they get away with it? Like basically stealing the plot line and just substituting a lawnmower in for the killer shark. Actually, it's set in a golf course. So if you think Caddyshack, merge with Jaws, you're halfway there. It's so incredibly weird, this movie, to just have this premise as a movie. I thought it was brilliant. Now, the picture quality on here, it does say it comes off a 4K, a 2K master, but to be honest, when I watched it, I thought myself, this could literally be one of them 4K masters, because it was so good. It was I was expecting it to be average, but it's crystal clear. So you know that you're getting a fabulous picture as well. And I can't recommend this movie highly enough. Actually, I did say that to the Debs. I says, you have got to watch this movie. She says, I'm not watching that. And I says, well, it's not. There's nothing exploitation in it, and even what it looks like there is. It's quite, you know, meek and mild-mannered for what it is. It's not a gore fest or anything. It's quite gory actually. But I've tricked her into watching it, so she said she would. Well, I think she did. So maybe 88 Films might pick this up and release this in the UK, because I'd never heard of it before now. It's funny when you see these movies and you think, I've never ever heard of this. I've never even heard anybody mention it until now. So that's another thing. I mean, look, come on, it's bot gloss. But if they do release it, you would know you're in for a real fun-packed movie of just stupidity, but in a good way. So I can't recommend this highly enough. So that's a really good movie and a really good presentation, and just, well, it's Vinegar Syndrome, isn't it? And I'm just really on a Vinegar Syndrome kick at the minute, as you know. So that's Blades. So lastly, again, from Film Treasures in the sale, when I got the notification, I looked on the line and I saw this one. I thought, I am having this one. So Nurse Scalpel, be very careful. You know what happened the last time. I mean, you know, can't have any of that going on. So the movie I've got from Film Treasures is, look at the packaging there. I'll save that for me tea later on. Is the Vinegar Syndrome VSU title of Cloak and Dagger. Look at this. This is a beauty. This is such a unique sort of cover I've found. It looks like a kind of old-fashioned book, even like a kid's book. I know this movie is like a kid's movie, and this movie has, this cover has really captured the essence of this movie. I think it's a little bit like, you know, War Games, that type of movie, and I think it stars the same lad who was in E.T., believe it or not. It's got the magnetic case, and it's got this in here. This movie has got a lot to do with computers. Now, when I mean computers, not the modern day computers, I mean the really beginnings of computers. I love this slipcover. I've seen this unboxed a few times, and I thought that's one of the things that really drew me to this movie. Game over. You get a booklet, and a big booklet at that. Dabney Coleman. I think he's brilliant. He was in a film called Meet the Abigates. That was what a movie that was. I think that's what it was called. I love these 80s movies. You know, they're very much of the time, but they're of a time that you like to go back to. It very much nostalgic, like a nostalgic trip. You know, the lad I mean there from E.T. Can't remember his name now. Remember him? Remember his face from somewhere? Is it Elliot somebody? Or is that his name in E.T.? Shows you how much I remember about that film. Although I do like it. Yeah. So that's the booklet. Nice booklet there. And then you get, as well as obviously with these Vinegar Syndrome releases, you get this huge box, which is brilliant. I'm showing this off again. And you just think, right, they could have done with that, and that could have been it. And they could have had the movie in with the box, but they have to put this amazing slipcover on there. Now this year, when you used to buy these things off the shelves, and I'm going to say they're like Atari games, although we don't have an Atari, you had a Commodore 64. This is the type of box that used to come on, and you would know that on the shelves when you saw it, because you could actually rent these from the video library as well as buying them. I used to actually rent quite a lot of cassettes from the video library, believe it or not, of games for the Commodore 64, which is quite nuts. So you've got this there. I'm interested to see what it looks like, the computer graphics on it. Are they kind of like Tron level, or that? I mean, I love this, the kind of retroness of old computer graphics. So inside you get the disc as well, 4K Ultra disc, of course, which it's another thing when you think to yourself, these releases are just like, this movie is, when I buy that movie, that's it. I'm done with it. I don't have to think about it again. You know, forthcoming. So there's the shrink wrapper. Rarity for my channel. Don't usually do that. I'll keep the shrink wrap on, but obviously I can't keep the shrink wrap on this one. It will have a reversible art, I would imagine. So in here you get a Blu-ray, and you get the 4K there. Nice disc art there. Do you get a reversible cover? Yes, you do. Now, I don't have to reverse it because that's kind of different. But what you've got here on the reversible art is this one, which I don't recognize any artwork from this movie. At the moment, I'm going to keep it on this one because I quite like this one. But when I watch the movie, I might change my mind. You know, it depends on what I feel about this movie. But I like this artwork because it's quite in keeping with the actual slipcover itself. But it's not the slipcover, you know, like copied. So there's the stuff on the back of there. I'll show you all that. You can read that for yourselves. I would imagine that this would look fantastic. It says region A locked. I would imagine that's the Blu-ray, and I think the 4K will be region free, as they usually are. So what I'll do is, because I'm running out of time, and I don't think I'll get this video done if I go downstairs, look and see what this looks like, and then I'll tell you on another video, because I've got another one coming up. Speaking of unboxings, I've got a one coming up here that's going to have this in it. So stick around for that. Wow, that weighs a ton. And that's my exercises done for today. I love these Vinegar Syndrome titles anyway, and these extra special ones are just amazing, and they're quite different to each other as well. They're quite they're not as if they're all like look the same in that. It goes in there. It's got a metallic clip as well from Film Treasures, because actually they bring them over from the States and they ship them to you. You know, they probably got through quality control, so they're not going to be wrecked in the post. They're posted in the most amazing post and packaging, so know that you're going to have a safe journey with that. So head over to Film Treasures. The sale might be on, because I got this for £30, which is a steal for this particular release. So that's the Cloak and Dagger special edition. Also the Blades. Big shout out to Bumpers Movies, link down below, for giving me the heads up on this. And you know, he said you're going to enjoy it. And I'm so enjoying this movie, and I can't wait to watch it. But I'm going to watch the rest of it with the devs next week probably. So that's Blades. So thanks again to Wynne for Return of the Living Dead. Spectacular release. Can't wait to watch this one. The Debs won't be watching this with me. She'll not like this one at all. So thanks, Chris. And also thanks to Stephen Keer for sending me these 2 amazing slipcovers in fantastic condition as well. Can't wait to get the disc to stick into them from CEX. So, thanks for watching. You take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.